guys, and welcome back to another movie review, but this one is very October-centric since I have a whole month's worth of stuff all planned out to review this month. It's all Halloweeny, and we are starting off with the Trilogy of Terror since it was on Svengoolie last night, so figured may as well start off with that one. I was originally planning to start off with The Exorcist, but we'll do that tomorrow. It'll be alright, but anyway, so if you've never seen the Trilogy of Terror, first of all, what rock have you been living under? Second, it's made up of three stories, as the title would imply. But here's the thing. I'm just gonna come right out of the gates and say it straight off the bat. If you saw it back in the day, apparently it still holds up as scary. But for people who didn't see it back then and only just saw it like today or in recent years, because this wasn't my first viewing of this, but I did see it for the first time like in the past couple of years, I think. It doesn't really hit the same. Just gonna say that. But anyway, so it's in three stories. They all star the same actress in all of them, but it's different characters for all of them. So the first one is called Julie, and basically the character of Julie is like this school teacher, I guess, of high schoolers. Maybe it's college, but I thought it was high school for some reason. But the more I'm thinking about it, nah, I guess it would have been college. But anyway, she has this student that has an absolute obsession with her to a really unhealthy degree and can't stop thinking about her that way and everything, and has basically made it his mission in life to ask her out, take her out, this, that, and the other. He thinks he's gonna get everywhere with her. So he takes her out to a drive-in movie, except that he drugs her drink. You can see where this is going. He has a hobby of photography, and he poses her nude and everything in all sorts of different positions and uses that as blackmail against her to basically do everything he wants. So yes, he is very rapey vibes. He's very creepy. But yeah, since he or she as a teacher would look real bad if those photos ever got out. So pretty much feels he has the upper hand until she flips the script on him and drugs his drink. Except that she's not just drugging him, she poisoned and killed him. Sorry, spoiler, but this is from 1975, so again, you don't get to be mad if I'm spoilering something from that long ago. But anyway, um, she's like, I didn't drug you. I killed you. It's like best line. But anyway, she makes it look like it was a house fire because his little dark room and everything sets fire to the chemicals and has no problem saying how she always warned him about those chemicals. But it's not until the last little bit of the story where she is cutting out the article from the newspaper about it and putting it in a scrapbook, along with other similar stories of students who have met mysterious deaths. That's like, oh, this was not a one off. Oh, okay, that took a turn to where now I mean, it was a dark story to start with, obviously, but oh, it like took that kind of a turn. Okay, okay. So, and then the last little bit of it is a new student coming to her door in need of assistance. So it's like, oh shit, her next victim. So that's the first story. The second story, I have it pulled up just with the names because I can't remember the names offhand, is called Millicent and Therese. It's a very Sybil-esque story. The Millicent half of this is like a very mousy, really like prudish girl. She hates her twin sister Therese, since she thinks she's so mean and so slutty and this, that, and the other. Um, but it turns out that Therese is actually her alter ego. Yeah, it's her in costume. Split personalities for real, and she's talking to this psychiatrist as both of them. Yeah, yeah. Um, and she basically tells the psychiatrist how she'll do anything to stop Therese, even if it kills her to do so. Um, and how she has this voodoo doll, how she thinks she's going to kill Therese with it, which I feel like that started off a whole thing in the 70s. Maybe it wasn't this movie specifically, but it does seem like around that time, voodoo was like a big movie trope, was it not? But anyway, it is not until after the doctor comes to investigate at the house that he finds Therese on the floor, dead next to the doll, but takes the wig off and wipes off some of the makeup and realizes they were the same girl the whole time. I feel like a good psychiatrist probably would have figured that out long before the point of them having to die, but there we are. But it's the third story that's the one that stands out in everybody's memories about this movie. So that one is called Amelia, and this one is the one with the little stabby guy. You know. Like, if you know, you know. So basically, she has an archaeologist husband that she bought the Zuni fetish doll for. Not that kind of fetish, before anybody asks, but as I guess a birthday gift or something. And like his name is literally He Who Kills, because that isn't alarming or anything. He has like a little spear in his hand and everything, really sharp, pointy teeth. Um, and it has a note attached to it saying to not take this gold chain off from around the doll, or he'll come to life. I don't know about you, but if anything came into my house with such a warning on it, pretty sure I would heed the warning pretty seriously. Actually, I'm pretty sure I would get that the fuck out of my house, but that's neither here nor there. So, she actually isn't the one that takes the chain off. It's when she walks away that it kind of just falls off on its own. And next thing she knows, she comes back in the room and doll is missing, and she sees the chain, but she still just thinks this is like a funny thing at this point. Like, oh, okay. She's looking around for it. She finds the spear under the sofa, stabs her finger on it, pretty sharp. Um, so she keeps looking around. Sorry, my alarm went off. But anyway, so she's looking around trying to find him and eventually comes out and tries to attack her and freaks her out, understandably so. And she's just trying to get this thing off of her, away from her. Like, is there a way to make it go back to being not alive? That'd be great. But she's trying to trap it, she's trying to keep it in another room, but it's just like all powerful and keeps overpowering her every time and is attacking the ever loving shit out of this poor woman. Yeah, it's bad. Like, it's probably the closest thing to intense in the whole thing. And this is the scene that most people say is the one that stayed with them and really messed with them. I feel bad. I laughed because the noises the little guy makes, I'm sorry, it sounds like a cartoon character to me. It sounds funny to me. So I didn't have the same experience, but then again, I didn't watch it in 1975. I wasn't even born in 1975. So kind of hits different. Kind of hits different. But anyway, so that's the whole thing. She tries to lock him in the bathroom, tries to lock herself in the bathroom, tries to lock him in a suitcase, tries to get him out a window, I think. She tries all this different stuff. Thinks she's cooked him in an oven. Nope. Nope. Eventually, the doll does win out, and its spirit ends up possessing her. And like the last thing we see is like her holding a big ass butcher knife from the kitchen, talking on the phone to her mother or mother-in-law, I forget which it is, and you see the big giant pointy teeth in her mouth now. So it's like that. So I don't know. Overall, it's a fun watch. It's a short watch, honestly. Even watching it on Svengoolie, it wasn't a very long movie. I think there was more of the Svengoolie bits in between than there was actual movie, just padded out longer. But it's enjoyable, but like in terms of quality by today's standards, I cannot in good conscience give it above like a 3 out of 5. I know there's a lot of people who are going to come at me going, "Oh my god, how could you only give Trilogy of Terror a 3 out of 5?" I don't know, but like seriously, like my mom was watching it, still freaking out and everything, and I'm like, "Are you serious right now? Like this is actually scary to you?" But she explained like when she saw it back in the day, like a 5 point something earthquake hit in the middle of that scene, so it made it scarier to her, which I guess makes sense that my dad was also freaked out by this scene too, because he's mentioned this movie before. He also watched it Home Alone, and if he was watching at the same time, he would have felt said same earthquake. So I guess that makes sense. It would definitely add a whole other element of fear to that movie. But I don't know. I was sitting there like, I honestly don't understand at all how this is freaking you out. It's so cartoony sounding. Honestly, pretty cartoony looking. The blood doesn't look like blood. Like, how is this scary to you? But oh yeah, freaked her out big time. It didn't do it for me. Um, Talked to people today about it. Apparently, this is just a me thing because all of them that they're freaked out by it, and I'm like, oh, well, maybe I'm just broken. I don't know. So I was thinking after that. So like, maybe I am ready to watch The Exorcist finally because this was also my first time with that one. Although, like I said, Trilogy of Terror, this was not my first time watching that. But Exorcist, yeah. But now I'm like, fuck, am I just that dead inside to where things don't scare me anymore? At least not that kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know. But so far, no. Which I guess in that case makes me feel less guilty about most of the stuff I have planned out to review throughout October. Wasn't even stuff that was meant to be scary in the first place. It's just Halloween themed. So it's like, well, at least it's less stuff going in that I expect one thing from and then come out of it disappointed, I guess. But I don't know. Like I said, I at least enjoyed Trilogy of Terror. It's fun. It's a fun watch. I will give it that, especially if you've possibly been imbibing in a little drinky drinky or little, you know, you do you. Um, just saying. But I don't know. Like I said, it's enjoyable, but not scary. It's no more scary than like watching Night of the Living Dead. That's not scary either. That's just like, I'm sure back in the day it probably had to be, but watching it now is just like, no. Suspenseful, sure, but not scary. So anyway, that is it for this one, I think. So that is our first Halloween review of the month. So as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link as always is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.